I'm going to do an Merry Christmas. I'm the Reverend J. Wolin, the settled minister here at the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. First, I just want to make sure, does everybody have a candle if you want one? I take it back. Is there anybody who does not have a candle that wants one? Raise your hand so the ushers can, well, those ushers are good getting those candles out there. So we want to welcome our visitors both on campus here and on live stream as well. Since we probably have a number of visitors who might not have been here before and are unfamiliar with Unitarian Universalism, let me share that Unitarian Universalism encourages an open-ended search for meaning in life and a commitment to asking our values to shape our actions. We're a pluralistic religion that draws wisdom from many sources, and tonight we are celebrating our Christian sources. We welcome all to our beloved community of whatever age, race, class, ethnicity, physical ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or religious background. We invite you to join us for coffee, conversation, and something called wassailing after the service. We look forward to getting to know you as well. If you do not have someone to be with tomorrow on Christmas, from 2 to 4 o'clock, we will be having a gathering here. You can bring a small gift or maybe a treat to share, and so that no one needs to be alone on Christmas. So I'd like to open with a responsive reading for So the Children Come by Sophia Fahs. And the words for you to read will be in yellow on the screen. For so the children come, and so they have been coming.
Always in the same way they come, born of the seed of man and woman.
No angels herald their beginnings, no prophets predict their future courses.
Wise men see a star to show where find the babe that will save humankind.
Yet each night a child is born is a holy night.
Fathers and mothers sitting
Gonna have to work on that one. They ask, where and how will this new life end, or will it ever end?
Each night a child is born is a holy night, a time for singing, a time for wondering, and a time for worshiping.
This year on November 30th, we marked the beginning of Advent by lighting the first candle in this wreath. Tonight on Christmas Eve, we light all the Advent candles. We'll light these candles which represent hope, peace, joy, and love. As we do so, let us remember to be fully present in the moment with each other, with ourselves, and with the source of blessing as we understand it to be. We have circled through this season seeking a change in our hearts and in the world. And where is the reading? There we go. As we light the chalice, please join me now as well in affirming one of our sources of wisdom of Unitarian Universalism, which is in your order of service and will be displayed on the screen behind me. Jewish and Christian teachings which call us to respond to God's love by loving our neighbors as ourselves. And so now, let us start with singing our opening carol, 253. Please rise in body and or spirit. O come, all ye faithful.
Our scripture reading is from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, verses 1 through 7. In those days, a decree went out from Emperor Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration and was taken while Quirinius was governor of Syria. All went to their own towns to be registered. Joseph also went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house and family of David. He went to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged, and who was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child, and she gave birth.
Good evening. While the choir is coming up, I thought I should just give you a quick explanation of this song. You all know this song as the Carol of the Bells, but it was originally a Ukrainian folk song, and you'll hear it's a story of a swallow coming to the window and telling you whether you're going to have good fortune in the new year. And then I won't give you the whole story, but it was eventually English words were written to make it a Christmas carol. So we're doing both versions of it. You'll hear in the middle we're going to sing the Ukrainian story of the swallow, and that word is Щедрик.
Sweet silver bells all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is week and the bow. Ding dong, loud is their song. With joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they come, raising the sound. Or do they telling their tales? Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. All they sing, all without end, dear cheerful tone to every home. Щедрик, 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 and swallows from afar starting to sing lively and loud, asking the master to come out. All of your presents are very fine, coin you will have, fair every star. If not the coin, then in a shout, you have a wife, fair as a dove. Hark, how the bells, sweet silver bells, all so to say, no cares away. Resounding dumb, loud is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they laugh, raising the sound, or will they telling their tales? Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. All will they sing, all without end, their joyful tone to every home. Dawn.
Send on without end their joyful tone to every home.
Ding dong, ding dong.
That candle does not want to be lit tonight. This is the story of Mary's journey. Joseph and I stood in the doorway to our home, heard the soldier declare that the ruler in Rome proclaimed all people must be registered at the place of their father. Then the soldier turned to leave without any bother. "Wait," Joseph called, "my wife is heavy with child. We cannot make such a journey through the wild, where fierce animals and even fiercer men may attack us on our way to Bethlehem." The soldier looked down from his mighty steed, not a look on his face for a care for our need. "Then you best get a move on before the moon waxes," he said, "for Caesar has proclaimed he will have his taxes." I admit to be frightened of the journey ahead. all those long miles without a soft bed to cushion my aching joints, body, and bones, or soothe my swollen ankles the size of stones. But I remembered what the angel foretold, that the child I carried would disrupt the old and would show the way of peace and love to all people, all children of the divine above. So I gave Joseph an encouraging nod, and I placed my faith in the wisdom of God and in the kindness of strangers as we headed into the wilderness full of dangers. In the cold winter evening under the bright stars, while trying to find sleep, we heard a rustle in the bushes not far and the soft bleating of sheep. Well, Joseph jumped up with his hammer, his only weapon at hand, God bless him, to hear a young voice stammer, "I come in peace, I have no weapon." A young boy came towards the fire, followed by several lambs so woolly and soft. His face was weary and tired. He swallowed and said, "I fear that I am lost. My mother's brother sent us into Jericho, the town of my father's father, but I have tried and I do not know where to go, and I've lost several lambs to God I was to offer." He was so young to be on such a journey. I beckoned him close to snuggle to me and assured him that we would help him find his way, for we would be traveling towards Jericho the very next day. And as I shivered in the cold, the boy draped his coat over the both of us to keep us warm. He called a sheep close to us to sleep, and he whispered, "This child shall not come to harm." Another long day of walking, my body so sore. We came to a farmhouse and walked to the door, and an old woman yelled for us to go away, for thieves had stolen all she had that day. "We are not of her tribe and would not be her guest," she yelled. "We should call on our God for food and a place to rest." So we left her some of our precious food and hoped our care for her would bring some good. That night we stopped early, the weather turning foul. There would be no fire tonight. That's when we heard the first howl. Soon out of the dark, we could just barely see dark shapes circling our small group of three. Then out of nowhere, a large gray shape flew past, kicking and biting and braying. Those wolves fled fast. I was earnestly praying, and when I opened my eyes, a small donkey stood near. Then a voice sang, "So Bartholomew has found you, my dear." "Uncle!" cried the boy, rushing to the man, holding him tightly. "I am so glad I found you. Your mother has been bugging me nightly," he replied, "to find you and bring you home, to claim you as my own, so you don't have to journey afar just to appease the Caesar. There's a cave nearby. Let us rest there, build a fire, get warm, cook some food. As you have cared for my nephew, you too, my lady, need care. My Bartholomew will go with you to carry you where you would." And as Bartholomew carried me the next days and nights, I could not help but think that the angel was right, that the child I carried is already spreading love, strangers helping strangers, seeing each other as their brother or father or sister, aunt, uncle, or mother. And into Bethlehem we traveled. I knew my time is near, but there will be no room at any inn, I do fear. But my faith in the wisdom of God and the kindness of strangers gave me a place to bring forth my son and put him in a manger. And for all the world to feel goodwill, peace, and love towards all people, all children of the divine above. May it be so.
Please rise in body and or spirit for our next hymn or carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem.
Dark
Our next reading is Joseph's Prayer by Reverend Dan Shatz. I walked the long road from Nazareth under the shining stars. She was close to her time then, her belly large and always tired. So she rode as I trudged next to her, whispering a prayer of forbearance. Please, let us finish this journey. We made it to Bethlehem, waited while the innkeeper sought space, walked away when he didn't find any. Mary gave birth under the midnight stars, squatting over a tattered blanket. As I held her hand and waited and feared this longest of nights. But when I lifted my child into my arms, their brown face tight with the tears of their birth, my wife safe and sleeping next to me, none of it mattered. They were here. They were beauty. They were love. All would be as it should.
in the light of your gold. Rest here, my child, and in your hopeful shining slumber make us whole. Rest here, my child.
Thank you, choir. As always, beautiful. Thank you, Don. Well, looking back on my files, my first Christmas Eve here, I noticed my homily focused on a single line from Luke chapter 2, a line we heard earlier that there was no place for them at the inn. Doesn't say there was no room at the inn. It said there was no place for them at the inn. And I pointed out that that was not very inclusive and we should be more inclusive. And as I look back now, I wonder if maybe I was just a little hard on the innkeeper. So I want to look at it again. There actually is a debate whether it was really ever an inn at all, as the Greek word used here is different from the word translated as in other areas in the Bible. And in that time and place, travelers would often stay in spare room of a family home. There's also debate about whether Jesus was actually, whether he was born in a stable, a cave, or just simply a room that had a manger. What we are told is only this, that he was laid in a manger. That's really all it says. We often have this image, which I did, of this family arriving late at night, turned away, and in their desperation found a stable, and then immediately gave birth to Jesus. But the text actually says, as we heard, while they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child. And if they were there for a while, I think perhaps, maybe, they were hiding there intentionally. Why would they need to be hidden at all, you might ask? Well, if this was Joseph's ancestral home, and we know from earlier in the gospel story of Luke that Mary had family in the nearby countryside, it seems strange that they would not have a place to stay. Unless, of course, being found was a danger. So in the Gospel of Matthew, we are told of Jesus' birth that King Herod was actively searching for the child Jesus with the intent to kill him. So if that is the larger context, then it makes sense that Joseph and Mary could not safely stay with family or register publicly at an inn. The authorities of that time, the Roman government, would have been watching when they came and who came and went, and they would have been tracking that. So I've come to re-envision the innkeeper, not as someone who turned a family away, but as someone who protected them, someone who chose secrecy over compliance, someone who chose compassion over safety. In that way, the innkeeper becomes a forerunner of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad, people who chose humanity over legality. The innkeeper becomes a forerunner of those in Nazi Germany who hid their Jewish neighbors at great personal risk, people who chose humanity over nationality. The innkeeper knew the power of the Roman government and understood the risk. Their business could have been shut down or maybe tariffed, who knows. Their property destroyed, They themselves could have been arrested and killed. And still, they chose humanity. Now, in the time ahead of us, we may see many more Marys and Josephs and many children caught in our country's machinery of fear and xenophobia. And so I ask you to consider humanity over law. I ask you to consider humanity over nationalism. History was changed because time after time after time, someone chose courage and compassion over fear in a critical moment. There may come a time when our own community is asked to do the same. To be creators of a more just world requires courage, sacrifice, and a willingness to stand up to power that oppresses the vulnerable. And that is why we tell this story every year about a young family on the run trying to escape violence. The story of innocence being protected until it has time to grow and flourish. The story of how every life is precious and how someone begins their life is not and should not ever be an indicator of their potential and possibility. The story of having hope in the midst of struggle. The story that we are not alone in this world. The story of the beauty, the possibility, and yes, the divinity that is in every child. May we embrace these teachings, not abandon them. May we look beyond our own fears and do what is right and what is good and what is just. May we infuse this world with a deeper hope for a better future. May Christmas remind us that love, when chosen bravely, can still change the world. May Christmas soften our hearts, and may it soften the heart of our nation. May it be so. I now invite up Susie Burklacher, a member of our Social Justice Committee, to speak about who we are collecting our offertory for. And I hope your answer is always yes, yes, yes.
Good evening. I'm Susie Brooklocker, and it's really good to be here in person. Our traditional Christmas Eve Share the Plate offering is given to support Sarasota's public housing residents. In 2005, when the horrendous living conditions at the Janie Poe housing development were exposed, our congregation stepped up to support and advocate for neighbors in public housing. Even after the development was torn down and rebuilt as Janie's Garden, our congregation continued working with the Sarasota Housing Authority to provide support. Over the years, our help has included providing these types of support: mentors for the Residence Committee, tutors for the after-school children's program, educational software, Florida Power and Light assistance, and toiletry supplies for seniors. In 2011, we started and sponsored a community-based Girl Scout troop, which continued for 5 years and resulted in the creation of other Girl Scout troops in Newtown. Tonight, of all nights, I want to tell you about how we have helped families in public housing avoid homelessness. When a medical emergency, unexpected car repairs, or missed days of work because of a sick child causes a family to fall behind in rent, we help. Working through the Sarasota Housing Authority, we provide the rental assistance needed to avoid an eviction. Our Christmas Eve collection allows us to continue this important assistance. I hope you will give generously so we can continue this important program. If you have questions, find me in the courtyard after the service. Thank you.
Let Us Be That Stable by Patrick Murfin. Today, let us be that stable. Let us be the place that welcomes at last the weary and rejected, the pilgrim stranger, the coming life. Let not the frigid winds that pierce our inadequate walls, or our mildew hay, or the fetid leavings of our cattle shame us from beckoning. Let our outstretched arms be a manger, so that the infant hope, swaddled in love, may have a place to lie. Let a cold beacon shine down upon us from a solstice sky to guide us to us, the seekers who will come. Let the lowly shepherd and all who abide in the fields of their labors lay down their crooks and come to us. Let the seers, sages, and potentates of every land transverse the shifting dunes, the rushing rivers, and the stony crags to seek our rude frame. Let herdsmen and high lords kneel together under our thatched roof to lay their gifts before wonder. Today, let us be that stable.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Now, please rise and by the Andor Spirit for our next carol, number 245, Joy to the World. And now I invite us all, if we'll put the reading up, our final reading, The Work of Christmas by Howard Thurman. Please join in on this reading. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins, to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoners, and to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among the siblings, to make music in the heart. And so now comes the time I know that I wait for in every service, which is Silent Night, where we light the candle. So I'm going to invite people to come up who are on the ends of the rows to light your candle. The other person's candle, let them tip their candle to light it, because if you tip yours, it's going to drip wax on them and on the chair, and everybody will be in pain, and my building people will be mad at me. So please, let's do it that way. Come down and then share the light with everybody else. So the people on the end of the aisles, come on down. You can go up on the chalice if that's quicker.
You're doing it the wrong way.
Oh, you're right. Doctor, heal thyself. And now as we extinguish our flames, we will extinguish our chalice as well, which we will say in unison.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Thank you all for your presence here tonight.